Hi, Homeworthy. I'm Kristen. Welcome to my home in Dallas, Texas. Today we are going to do a spring simmer pot full of lots of citrus and spices and also a floral carrot centerpiece. So come on in, let's get to crafting.
You're watching Homeworthy, where we believe every home has a story. If you're looking to make your own space more homeworthy, we've teamed up with Cherish, our go-to online destination for chic, one-of-a-kind finds, sourced from the world's most wonderful vendors.
Mercury drops are from an artist I found on Cherish.
Whether we're after a bold statement piece or the perfect finishing touch, Cherish has extraordinary items that leave a lasting impression.
This table I bought on Cherish from Berlin, and it has a little bit of it's a tray, and it is mid-century, and it's one of my favorite pieces.
It's where we find iconic looks to set homes apart.
I think many dealers would agree that Cherish is the absolute best.
So to support Homeworthy and discover amazing items from Cherish, scan the QR code or click on the link below to start shopping.
My name is Kristin Miller. I am a content creator and welcome to my home in Dallas, Texas. We have been in this home for about 5 years. We actually moved in this space in 2020. I was born and raised in Plano, Texas, so have always stayed local to Texas, and we were just looking for more space for our family. So we actually helped build this home from ground up. We came in a brand new neighborhood, and that was just so fun to see, like before and after, and just how it grew, month after month. That was our first time to help build our house and just see a neighborhood develop in general, and that was seriously so exciting. I only had one child at the time, so lots has changed since then, and we have just really learned to love this house over the last 5 years. Welcome to my kitchen, and before we start the simmer pot, I wanted to kind of bring you guys along, show you some of my favorite pieces in here, seasonal and non-seasonal, that just make this kitchen feel so homey. I love a white, clean kitchen. I think it brings me so much peace in here. We have quartz countertops, and if you look closely, there's actually like a sparkle in there, so it adds just a little something that I love in here. And we went with oversized handles. I just love those. I think they're seriously so fun. The silver is what we went with to bring in that tone in the kitchen. And as far as our wreaths up here, we love to hang seasonal ones. You'll see a floral one for spring. You'll find others for all holidays. I love swapping them for Halloween, Christmas, summer. I mean, you name it. It's just such a fun thing to see the second you walk in my kitchen. And here I love also including cutting boards, trays, especially seasonal ones. This bunny one is so cute. It's easy to grab and go too if you want to put snacks on here or a little treat for your kids after school. I love having these on hand, and you will see these swap out seasonally as well. And this is seriously such a beautiful statement decoration piece. It's Mackenzie Childs. They come in a lot of different colors. It's glass, so it's functional. You can use it to cut food on here, or if you want it for decoration, just prop it up and add it to your home. I love using these cutting boards for decor. Carrying on the checkered design, I love that pattern so much. So these are actually storage boxes. So I hide remotes in here. I hide anything I don't want seen, and I think it's just such a fun little hack. And this cute little bunny candy dish, I loved adding for spring this year, and there's some candy inside. So I like to just hide things in these little storage boxes. I think they make the kitchen just so pretty, but also functional. I love our kitchen island. Again, just bringing in that space where we can come as a family. We eat together here. We do crafts together here. It is seriously such a big part of our home. These bar stools, I love the acrylic touch. I just wanted to add a different texture in this home. They're surprisingly comfortable, okay? These are from Pottery Barn, and we've had them for years, and they've held up so well. And you will see a little wreath that I've hung on the back of them. I swap these out seasonally as well. And this spring I went with these like beautiful little eggs that I thought just brought in those pretty colors that I've been using throughout my home, the pinks, the blues, the yellows, and you will see me swap these for every season, from Christmas to Halloween. I just love using these wreaths. All right, so now we are going to make the spring simmer pot. And what is a simmer pot? They are seriously some of my favorite things to do. It is a natural way to add fragrance to your home, and they smell amazing, especially if you're having guests over or a little get together. I mean, just having this on your stove, it looks beautiful and it smells amazing. So all you need for a simmer pot is just a pot, water, some spices, citrus, fruit. I mean, the options are endless. You really just need ingredients that you have in your home already. All right, so we are going to pour the water in first, and this is truly just the best simmer pot for spring. I've already made it so many times this week. I'm gonna turn on my stove like medium high. I like to start at medium. You can get it hotter, whatever you prefer. So next, we are going to add citrus. I have sliced oranges, lemons, and limes. You can add as many as you have on hand. I mean, there's no wrong way to do this. Just add as many as you want. Next, I'm going in with my cinnamon sticks and bay leaves. These smell amazing. I'm putting about 5 on top and a little bit of bay leaves. And we're gonna mix all this in just a little bit. And finally, we're adding fresh flowers. I went with this pink because I just think it's gonna be so pretty as well. And it's just going to smell so good and perfect for spring. Just kind of put them on top there. The last step, I like to just mix it all in there, and then you're gonna let it boil and simmer. While we let this simmer and boil, I would love to take you guys into my kitchen dining space where we're gonna make another centerpiece DIY filled with lots of vegetables and flowers for spring. Next, we are going to make this floral arrangement for spring. All you need are carrots, preferably ones that have the green stems on top, and flowers, and that's it. Okay, so I am taking a jumbo vase. This is actually 10 inches high. I find that the taller the vase, the better for this, because you want that perfect height for the carrots. So you're going to take your carrots and just start putting them in the vase, and you're gonna let the green stems hang off the vase outside. And I'm just basically surrounding the carrots on the outside rim of the vase. I love the way the stem looks on the outside. This went viral this year for spring. It is so fun. And who knew you could do this amazing centerpiece with just some carrots and some flowers? I can't wait for you guys to see it. All right, we're gonna put this last one in to border the vase. So you can kind of see it's already taking shape. The beautiful orange and green, this is exactly what we want. So next we're gonna pour water about halfway. You're just gonna pour it right in the middle until you get the amount you want. So that's perfect right there. So I have an assortment of flowers here for spring, and we are just going to start piling them in right in the middle. I'm gonna start with my hydrangeas as the base. I prefer to trim mine a couple inches. It really just depends on how tall your vase is. So I would just play around with it. You want it to kind of feel like you can see the florals. I think that's the perfect height. So I'm gonna cut the others just like that to make sure they match. I'm gonna put one more in here, just like that. It's already taking shape, and I'm gonna put one more hydrangea inside. How pretty is it already looking? I love it. Next, I'm gonna go in with my colors. This is gonna make it pop. There is no right or wrong for which florals you go with. I just got a different assortment, and I'm gonna go with these hues. I think these are so pretty, and then probably a pop of yellow also. So same thing, I'm just going to trim these until I get the height that I want and start putting them right in the center. They just slide in perfectly. I love the way those look. You can do all different heights. I'm kind of just going in at an angle so that you can really see the flowers. I love going on the outside and including flowers there as well to just give that pop of color. Okay, like I said, there's no right or wrong, but I am adding this beautiful texture. I think it's going to give the arrangement that height I'm looking for. Just put them right in the center. Oh, I love the way this is going. We are just adding our final touches to this arrangement, and it's perfect timing because I think our simmer pot is ready. So let's head over there to check it out. Now that it's boiling, you can take the top off, and we're gonna turn it down to low heat to just let that simmer. You can have this on your stove all day. It smells so good. Oh my gosh, you guys, that cinnamon, the orange, you get a little bit of the flower in there. It is so perfect to have in your home for spring. Now that our floral arrangement is done, please head over to our kitchen table with me. And this makes the perfect centerpiece. I mean, that took me no time at all, and I think it turned out so cute. Welcome to my front porch where I have decorated for spring. I love these bunny topiaries. They are so cute. They have brought such joy to my porch. And a little hack, if you need some filler and maybe your planter is a little too big, I just put this beautiful floral wreath on top to cover it. And then I placed the bunny right inside, and it has turned out so cute and really made a great use of the space here. And these eggs, I actually DIY'd with napkins. I took Mod Podge and just sort of scraped the napkins on top and let it dry, and it stuck to the egg, and I think it just adds a beautiful pattern to the porch. I love including garlands around my door. I love the way it frames my door, and it's just such a cheery way to invite guests in and to decorate. I brought in that blue again using ribbon. I just hung it on a plain wreath, and I think it really like dressed it up a little bit. And then I used these beautiful floral garlands in yellow, pink, blue, bringing in those colors I've brought throughout my home inside as well. And they were so easy to hang, and I think they're just an amazing statement piece outside. And to carry the garlands through, I brought them even further into the entrance, and all I did was zip tie them to PVC pipe, and we zip tied the PVC pipe to our columns here, and they have held up so well. I love decorating arches seasonally throughout my porch year after year, and I think this is seriously just such a great statement piece for spring. I've actually only been a social media content creator for about 3 years. I started taking it seriously in about 2022, 2023, and then I just grew my community on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Those are the 3 places you can find me. I do a lot of motherhood vlogs, DIYs, decor ideas, holiday, I mean, you name it. If it's special for your family, I want to share those ideas with you guys. When it comes to content, I honestly just love sharing ideas that work for our family, mostly like what we're doing every day in our home, how I make my kids' childhood special for them. I just really want to give back and share that with my community, because I know motherhood is, you know, complicated, and parenthood in general is, and I just really love to reach that audience to make sure that we're all, you know, working together. And I just love reaching parents at this age, especially with our kids growing. Parenthood is a really hard journey, and I want to make everyone feel not alone in it and give ideas where I can, and just honestly connect with my audience. Even if you're not a parent or a mom, I feel like I can share ideas that work for you in your stage of life as well. Welcome to my living room. So for this room, I really was focused on a modern, cozy vibe, and I think that I achieved that. But what I really love is all the spring accents. I think people get very worried about, you know, completely decorating their house for seasons when all you have to do is really add those few touches. So for example, we added some beautiful pastel florals, a little bunny. I added some ribbon to bring in that beautiful blue color that you see in my pillows. And then of course added some little pastel eggs. So you can easily swap things out of bowls, out of trays to get that seasonal look. So these will come and go. And then of course, when the seasons change, I'll add some other filler that might be fun. This coffee table has to be one of my favorite pieces in the house. I was definitely looking for a statement piece here, and I just love taking up space any way you can. So this is actually from CB2. And what I also love is round edges for kids. I have 2 kids running around, so I needed something that makes sense, it's functional, and there's no sharp edges. So that was a huge plus. Another way I bring in spring decor or just seasonal decor in general is just little touches, swapping out pillows. For example, I got these beautiful blue pattern bow pillows that I put on the chair, and I just think they're so cute and fun for spring. They really bring in the blue in here, and you will see blues and yellows throughout my house for spring. I really loved those two colors. So I also brought in some seasonal pillows on my couch. I love just adding and swapping seasonal pillows. So these will always stay the same in the back, but I love the front pillows. I always love to just change them out throughout the seasons. Another statement piece I love is an oversized tree. I had this empty space in the corner. I wasn't quite sure what to do with it. I didn't feel like a side table was enough. I didn't feel like a lamp was enough. This oversized tree is seriously amazing, and would you believe it's from Costco? I was so excited when I found it, and it's honestly pretty lightweight, not too heavy, and I just think it adds a vibrant green to the space and just makes it feel that cozy, warm vibe. I love decorating my mantle for every holiday. It is seriously so fun. I went with a really pretty floral garland. You'll see a lot of florals in this house for spring. Shocking, I know, riveting flowers for spring, but I just think they make the room so cheery, and I really wanted to touch on those colors, the pinks, the yellows, the blues, add just little spring touches while you can. And this is a fun trick. If you have a frame TV, or even if you don't, frame art is so fun to change seasonally. So I added these cute little bunnies. They're so fun and festive to your screen. And then when people walk in, they just love seeing the different kind of things that I have on there. Over here we have one of my other favorite pieces. This side table is from Crate & Barrel, and if you come up close you can see it's actually textured, which just brings in more texture to this space. I think it's seriously so great. I added a candle. I love adding candles to spaces as well because it just brings in that cozy ambiance, and had to include a little bunny. And this is actually sentimental to me because this bunny was passed down from my mom. So I try to incorporate things like that in my own home, and it just reminds me of my own childhood. This rug is another favorite. You guys, I love bringing in just that subtle pattern. I wanted something fun that brought in that cozy modern vibe, and I love the color and the texture on this. And I think it brings in that subtle black that I love to keep in my rooms, as well as the neutrals, the beige, the white. I just think it brings out this entire room and just brings in that cozy feel that I was looking for. And for throw pillows, I love adding and mixing textures. So we have this beautiful black suede, and then we have this white textured pillow, and I just think they're so pretty in this room. And then this beautiful blue I had to bring in for spring. You guys will see blue carried throughout this house for spring. It was one of my favorite colors this season. And I love swapping these pillows out every season. So this blue could possibly be an orange for Halloween, or a green, a really pretty emerald green for Christmas. That is the best way to add in just little seasonal touches throughout your space without going overboard. Right off my living room, we have this entrance that I just love to decorate for seasons. You'll see some fresh flowers always. I love adding fresh flowers to my home. And then these cute little bunnies, again, bringing in that blue for spring, and of course the pink. These are viral this year. Everyone loves flocked bunnies, and they just add in that texture as well, and they're just super simple to decorate with. So I loved including them on this table, and this table is actually from Restoration Hardware, another favorite piece in my home. A few hosting tips that I think are so important are planning early. The more you plan ahead, the less stressed you are. Trust me, I've been there. I've seen it all. I've put myself in situations where I'm setting up for a party the morning of because I just completely forgot. And I think planning ahead, whether it's an event or just hosting a little get together, or even the night before Easter or night before Christmas, the more you plan ahead, the better it is for you. Trust me on that. That is my #1 tip. Another tip I have is no matter what budget you have, there's something for everyone. Whether you prefer to buy things in store, make things for yourself at home, there is something for everyone at every budget. And as long as you plan ahead, you can definitely reach your goals. Now, if you come with me, I would love to show you my formal dining room. Welcome into my dining room. I would love to show you guys my spring tablescape. I'm gonna come a little bit closer to show you exactly what I did. I went with a light blue napkin and shaped it into little bunny ears, added some fresh flowers for guests, and we went with a pink bow charger plate. They are so cute. Bows are still trending, especially for spring, and I love the mix of blue and pink together. I also love having fresh flowers in my home, as you guys have seen, and this makes such an impact on the table. I love this flower arrangement. I just added some pink and light yellow roses all down these acrylic vases, and I just think it makes such a great centerpiece for spring or any occasion that you have. My dining set is from Pottery Barn, and it has been a staple in our home for so many years now. And I decided to go with a bench on one side because I have kids and I wanted it to feel a little bit cozier, a little bit more conversational. And so that has been so great for our family and any guests we have in this room. We also have this gorgeous cabinet in this dining room, and I love decorating this space for different holidays. I went with this beautiful little spring bow banner, again, bringing in that bow trend. I love it. I love the colors. As you can see, I was so inspired by blues, yellows, and pinks this year, and I added some bunnies just to bring in the full look. A couple statements in this room that we love is our brass chandelier. It has seriously been such a game changer in this room, really bringing in that warmth that I was looking for, and I think it really goes with our amazing accent roll in the back. And this is a dark gray, and in the light, it looks so pretty. I love having an accent wall in every room if you can, and I just think it has totally transformed this space. For me, to give a house a soul is just simply like making it your own. I think we all have different styles, and that is seriously so beautiful. But what makes your home cozy? What makes it feel like home when you walk in the door? That is so important to me. I want this space, I want this home to feel so cozy, and just give that overall homey feeling to my family. And I feel like you can do that with decor. You can do that with little things like pictures or things that are special to your family, heirlooms. There's so many ways to bring that to your space. Welcome into my daughter's bedroom. There is so much detail in here, and I cannot wait to walk you guys through. A lot of love went in this room. As you can see, she loves pink. So I brought in a lot of the pink colors, and we brought in a very playful bedding. I think this is like the pop in the room. This is a Laura Parks bedding, and it has been just so beautiful. I love all the colors in here. It's just super bright and cheery. We went with an accent wall, and this was seriously so fun to do. We kind of split up the wallpaper into 3, and it was by far the best decision. I think it just brings in such a statement in this room and still bringing in that pattern, but it's not too busy, and it just ties the whole room in together, if you ask me. So I wanted to bring a rug in this room. I feel like even with carpet, rugs just make a space feel so cozy, and it also gives you a chance to add in more detail, more color, more pattern, more texture. And so we went with this beautiful Pottery Barn kids rug. It's a light blue that we pulled from the bedding, and it has this little playful dot border on top. And I just think it's so fun to add in this room, and it just makes it feel that extra cozy feel. So for her dresser, we actually switched out the knobs with these beautiful brass bow pulls. And I will say, I feel like that's a great detail to add. If you want to just swap something, it's a great way to make a piece of furniture your own. I think it just totally ties the room together. And we added some beautiful little frames on her dresser, some flowers, a lamp to bring in more colors, and this beautiful brass mirror I feel like ties in all the other brass details in this room. So now we are going to head over to my son's bedroom. Welcome into my son's toddler bedroom. We have so many great pieces in here. I think my favorite is right next to me, this accent wall. We went with a extra overlarge bookshelf, and we like a lot of books. So it has worked out to have, these are 48 inches wide. We wanted that oversized look. I think it's literally so fun to have, and I get asked about it all the time. And it's really easy for us to pick from. We included a very cozy bench here so that we're able to read together here. We're able to pick and choose books easily. I added some cushions and some pillows just to make it really cozy while we're reading over here. So we have an accent wall. Again, you guys know I love my accent walls. I think they bring something so special to spaces. We went with this dark green color and this wood accent wall, and it has been so great. And we honestly can use it as my son gets older too. We're just going to swap out furniture. So right now we have a toddler size bed for him, and he's been loving it. And it actually was a crib that we converted into a toddler bed. So this was a great investment piece. This was also from Pottery Barn Kids, and he's grown with it up until now. So it's been great. Home to me means just a place that my family can grow up. I think I've always wanted a home that my family can make all these memories in, and that is seriously in the back of my mind at all times. I want somewhere that my family feels safe, cozy, comfortable, and happy. I think home to me is just happiness. Homeworthy, it was so fun showing you around my house in Dallas and all my favorite DIYs, but I have to check on my simmer pot, so you have to go now. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to go to homeworthy.com for exclusive content, shopping guides, and so much more.